sausage. I got my barbecue shoes on. Going down to the house of sausage. I got my barbecue shoes on. Gonna put me a brat in a red hot foot long.
Welcome to BBQPitBoys.com. Today we're going to do some smoked bacon wrapped steak and shrimp skewers on the grill. Now these surf and turf skewers are real easy to do. All right, we're going to start out with some good shrimp. These are extra large, 16 to 20s, or what they call 16 to 20 per pound. And here we've got some American style bacon. This is thin sliced bacon. There's a couple pounds here. Here we've got a good sausage. That's a linguiça sausage. Here I've got a porterhouse steak. It's about 1.5 pounds. You want to select yourself a good tender steak for this recipe. And here we've got some cilantro. Here we've got some jack pepper cheese. Here's a lime. Got some jalapenos there. Get yourself a big onion. Garlic. Here we've got some mushrooms. We've got some kosher salt. Gonna need some butter. Here I've got some black peppercorn there. And I've got some good salad dressing oil right there. All right. Now, first thing you gotta do is we're gonna be smoking this bacon and this sausage on the grill. This is real important. Now we're doing indirect heating here. You know all about that if you've been watching it. We're going to place the linguiça opposite the hot coals. There's maybe 100 charcoal in there. And we're going to split down these bacon into 1/2 pound slabs just like that. We'll just put it again opposite the hot coals. We're going to smoke this now for about an hour. It'll be about 250 degrees. Next thing you want to do is we're going to cut up some steak. Now, like I said, you want a good quality steak, something real tender. That's why I'm here. I'm using a porterhouse. You could use a strip steak or a tenderloin. Or if you want to use a sirloin or even a round steak, you'd want to marinate that maybe overnight, tenderize it. Because the idea is to have some real tender steak on these skewers. Now we're cutting these up to about 1/2 inch to 1 inch cubes. I really don't need to have to show you that. You know all about that. All right, now we're gonna marinate these steak cubes here for maybe an hour or so, just while we're waiting for that bacon and linguiça to smoke up there on the grill. We're gonna add a little bit of oil here. A little fresh ground black peppercorn. A little bit of coarse salt. Now, of course, you can use your favorite steak rub for this. But this works real good here. Then I'm gonna cut up some thin slices of garlic here. Maybe a tablespoon or so. All right. I'll give it a good mix. Now, the next thing we want to do here is we're going to chop up about 1/2 cup of cilantro. Now, you don't have to use this exact same ingredient list. This is just going to give you some ideas, but there's nothing like a little cilantro here because we're going to be using a shrimp marinade here. And here I've got some jack cheese. I'm going to cut up a couple chunks of that. I'm going to put those on the skewer as well. And here's a jalapeno. And you can take the white meat out or leave the white meat in. It's up to you. Depends how hot you like it. And I'm going to crush this lime here. Get all those juices out. Now, of course, you can use whatever you want on these skewers. Like you could use some green bell pepper or Italian sausage. Or, you know, this is just going to give you some ideas. Now, I'm going to need a little bit more garlic here for the shrimp marinade. All right. And here we're cutting up some nice chunks of onion. And I happen to have some mushrooms, so I'm going to throw those on a couple skewers as well. All right, let's make this shrimp marinade. A little bit of good veggie oil there. I'm going to throw in about a half a cup of cilantro there. And then the juice of a whole lime. Man, it smells good. All right, you can. All right, now let's devein these shrimp right here. Now, a lot of times now you can buy your shrimp already deveined, but I like to buy my shrimp, do my own deveining. It's a lot more fresh, a lot more tasty, and it's real easy to do anyway. So here I'm going to take off the outer shell first. And I don't want to forget putting that garlic in that shrimp marinade there. And now we're going to devein the shrimp. You just take a serrated knife like that. You just go down right along the back of the shrimp. And that vein will fall right out. Now, these are a good Gulf shrimp, so they're real tasty. So this is why I like to devein my own shrimp. This is about the hardest part of this whole recipe. You can see that vein coming right out. All right. Now we just want to rinse these down. Then we'll dry them off a bit. All right. Ready to go. Now let's throw this shrimp here in this marinade. And we're going to let it sit in this marinade here for about an hour or so. Again, we're waiting for that bacon and that sausage that gets all smoked up. Now, if you've never had these surf and turf skewers before, if you're missing something out of your life, you got to check this out. All right. This bacon, this linguiça is done, so we're going to pull it off the grill. Now, you don't want to overcook this. You just want to go about an hour, again, at 250 degrees. This bacon is about, say, 75% cooked. It's still pliable. And you're going to be rolling the shrimp in it. All right. Now here, I'm going to take this sausage and I'm going to cut some thin slices for the skewer. And like I told you before, you use your favorite sausage. You could use an Italian-style sausage or a German sausage. It's all good. Now, let's get this bacon. What you want to do here is peel off the individual slices and lay them on your board. Now, you're going to see a lot of recipes out there for bacon-wrapped shrimp, and 99% of them, they'll just take the raw bacon and roll the shrimp in and they'll cook it. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to overcook your shrimp every time. And if you like shrimp, you know you don't want to overcook it. You want to keep it nice and tender. You don't want rubber shrimp. All right, now I'm going to take one of those 1620 shrimp there, and here I'm going to take a nice piece of steak right there. And I'm going to grab a chunk of this onion. Just give it a good wrap. Then you take your skewer, and that'll secure it up real good. Now, as this cooks on your grill, the bacon will tighten up real good and make some real nice hors d'oeuvres. Again, we'll make another one. Grab some steak, some onion. Grab another one of these pieces of shrimp. You make them like you want them. Now, you do them this way, and guaranteed that shrimp won't be overcooked. Man, are you getting hungry or what? All right, another piece of steak, some onion. Now, let's mix it up a little bit. Here I've got some of that sausage. Grab a mushroom. All right, that skewer's ready to go. Now I'll show you a couple more here. You already get the idea. Now, if you got some tenderfoots around the pit, then you can just wrap up shrimp and some bacon, and that'll do it real good right there. As you can see, you can do this real fast. All right. Now I got some shrimp. Grab some more linguiça. Grab one of those pieces of jalapeno and just step it up a notch with this one. These go real good with beer. All right. Now here I've got some with a little bit of cheese. Now your cheese is going to melt a little bit, but that's all right. Because remember, we don't need to cook these long on the grill. That bacon is pretty much already cooked. And that shrimp only takes maybe 15 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. All right, let's get these out the grill. Now I've got about a 250 degree Fahrenheit, maybe 300 degree Fahrenheit grill going here. And again, I'm going to place these skewers opposite the coals. Just like that. And here I've got a pan with some butter sauce going on there. That's optional, man. All right. Now this should take maybe 20 minutes or so. Now, of course, I had some leftover steak, so I just make some steak skewers right there. I'm going to put them right over the coals here for about the last 8-10 minutes. That's all. Flip some of these skewers around. Now, you'll know when these surf and turf skewers are done because the meat of that shrimp will go from opaque and get white. And as soon as that happens, you want to pull them off the grill. Through the miracle of time, these surf and turf skewers are done. Take a look at that. Man, good eating don't get any better than this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to apologize right in front of you one more time. I'm gonna have to sample one of these right now. Good.
My stomach just went to Memphis, baby.
So the next time you're looking for a recipe for your barbecue, you check out BBQPitBoys.com.